Welcome back everybody to part 2, Dolmens, domes, disks and blocks spotted in Proctor. We're continuing with the analysis of this high-rise photograph called Change Detection in Proctor Crater, which was acquired on the 24th of February 2011 at 25.2 centimeters per pixel. The images I'm showing you are cropped from the JP2 black and white map projected file. And there's a look at the low-res black and white, and NASA's been monitoring the movement of this dune field across this terrain. The anomalies I'm showing you are these white specks that litter this area. The site's located at 47.04 degrees south, 30.67 degrees east, in that dark patch, which is a massive dune field in Proctor, that circular depression. The artifacts that we'll be looking at look a lot like these megalithic stone dolmens, massive spherical balls, megalithic blocks and slabs found here on Earth. I'll give you the links to these videos in the description below. We'll be looking at these two items over here. The one here in the center is about 10 by 10 meters, and in its center the smaller three-sided piece about 2.5 by 3 meters, and in that center over there we've got this small dome or spherical object over there, and then to the right what looks like another megalithic block, very similar to another one from part 1, Dolmens, domes, disks and blocks spotted in Proctor. Got this sculpted piece, looks very artificial, and in its center we've also got that smaller block which is about 3.5 meters wide. Then we're looking at that object over there, which is about 8.5 to 9 meters across, and it's got this spherical object in its center measuring about 2.5 meters in diameter. Here we're looking at that triangular object over there, very symmetrical in shape, about 4 meters long, parked up against a bigger boulder over there to its right. You get the symmetry and geometry of that shape. Very interesting. Then we're looking at this disc-like object over there, about 8 meters across, and it's got a dome-like feature in its center. Another huge megalithic piece over here, about 12 by 15 meters, and it's got a smaller item in the top left-hand corner of about 2.5 meters wide. Another block over here, about 12 meters across, and in its center we've got that smaller circular object of about 2.5 meters wide. Check at the two interlocking parts over there. That whole piece is about 20 meters wide, and it's got a perfect sphere located there in the center of the right hand piece, and that is about 4 to 5 meters across. There's another spherical object that I found on Mars. This is from our blog post, Traces of an Ancient Builder Race Found in Our Solar System. Got a huge spherical object there, very close to the center of this megalithic slab over here. Get the elevation on the right hand side. It's got a very strange edge to it as well, and curved. Very interesting design that. And if you check out that size and you compare it to those found here on Earth, and you put it in perspective of how small humans are, these things are massive. This is from Vietnam, and this over here from India. Very, very interesting. Do check out those videos if you get the chance. Then we're looking at this object over here, and that whole piece is about 12 meters across, and it's got 3 dark spots on it arranged in a perfect triangle. And we've seen lots of those on Mars as well. Then we're checking out that object over there to the right, which is about 12 meters across, and it's got a very interesting design to it. I'll show you another one that I found with that perfect arc. It's got a strange disc over here, and then an oval spherical object close to the apex on this side over here. And there's another piece. This is from our blog and video called Were Megalithic Blocks with Knobs Manufactured on Mars? And it's at a site, I think, just to the east of this Proctor dune field. So it has a strange circular part carved into the one side. Check out this very weird oval plectrum shaped object over there. That whole piece is about 18 meters across, and it's covered with sand here on the left. Check it, the symmetry and geometry going on here again. It reminds me of that piece from part 1 of my current series, and another oval structured item. This is from the epic ruins and wreckage of Charitum Montes on Mars, part 2. So I have a strange oval design to it, and a strange like ventilation slots on the side over here. Wonder if that's some type of craft maybe. And then the dark spots on top arranged in some weird pattern. There's another disc. This one's huge. It's about 14 meters in diameter, and placed at the top we've got that little ball over there, which is about 1.5 meters in diameter, and then a typical dome and disc UFO type anomaly sort of embedded on the side over here. And this is another one of these rather strange plectrum shaped objects. That piece is about 12 by 12 meters, and it's got this disc shape to it at the back, and then the triangular part here to the left. Look at the rounded apex. Very strange item. I've seen others like that on Mars as well. Then we're looking at that strange piece over there, and then that one to the right. This looks almost like a little craft. That piece is about 8 meters across, and it's got a dome on it which measures about 4 meters in diameter, lying on the side of that larger piece. Also has symmetry and geometry in that shape. Definitely dome-like in design. And then that item over here to the right, that's about 8 by 10 meters. It's got straight edges, a right angle over there, and then this curved part on the left. Also seen others like that. Here we're going to be checking out multiple pieces. This one over here is about 20 meters long. We're going to be looking at that item over there, which is about 14 meters long, and that huge megalithic block over there, it's about 15 meters long. On top of this strange shaped object, we've got another one of these triangular sort of pyramidal parts sticking up to the right. There's another example. This is from more blocks in Elysium Planitia, east of Insight Lander, So I have a huge block at the bottom with this smaller part on the top, comparable to that one there on the left. And then this strange piece, get the design, and in its center we've got that small little dome-like part there, very similar to this part that you'll find in part 1, alignments and strange objects found near Euripus Mons. Also a strange design, this little spherical object there on the surface. Then that block over there, see many of these in ruins in South America, this type of shape and design, these straight edges and the interesting angles on it. Here we're looking at 3 interlocking blocks. That whole item there is about 16 meters across, and we can see 3 blocks tightly packed together. Look at the perpendicular line over here, we've got right angles there, and then some knobs or protrusions on it. Here we've got more interlocking parts that I've found. This is from the ancient Argaea Planitia ruins of Mars. Get the 2 larger blocks, almost the same size, and then next to each we've got the 2 smaller blocks, and we can check those are arranged in rows. And then check out this video over here. That block is massive. This is from largest ancient megalithic structures in South America. The size of that block and the shape, very similar to this one over here. Then we'll be looking at that square item over there and that circular design to the right. This square block is about 10 by 10 meters, and interesting, parallel to the one side we've got this smaller part over here. Reminds me of the megalithic slabs and blocks found in Pumapunku. Very interesting comparison. The circular design or partial disc over there is about 20 meters across, and a third of it is missing. The way these parts interlock, and this one over here to the right is a similar shape to this one here on the left. Wonder what this was. Like a base of a sculpted piece. Rather intriguing, this disc design again. And it's huge. Very interesting as well. Now we're looking at another disc-like object over there, which is about 10 meters in diameter, with a straight edge on this side. Could be partially buried in sand. Another one of these huge dome-like objects in its center. That's about 3 to 4 meters across. Here's a similar piece from the same JP2, and it's from part 1 of this current series. Here we're looking at that strange structure over there, which is about 18 meters across, and it's got these 3 smaller blocks arranged in a triangle on this piece that looks rather artificial. The straight edges over here and the right angle. This is from part 2 of this series, also a triangle in that design. Another triangle over here that looks like a type of a tombstone design. Don't know what else to make of that one. This one's from part 2, the Sidonian Neolithic artists and builders of Mars. And then some other strange geometry that I've spotted. Got these smaller parts arranged in a circular pattern around a center item. Part 1, alignments and strange objects found near Euripus Mons. That's it for part 2, ladies and gents. I hope you found it interesting. Do let me know in the comments below if it's fair to compare these objects to those found on Earth. There does seem to be some type of similarity. I look forward to reading your comments. I read every single one. Thank you to everyone who does comment and to everyone who supports the channel. New subscribers, welcome on board. I hope you find my work informative and interesting. I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye bye for now.